Take a slow breath in. And let it out gently. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Let your shoulders lower. Let the weight of the day begin to lift. Let your hands rest where they are. There is nowhere you need to be but here. Tonight we will listen to a story from 1 Samuel. The story of Hannah's prayer. A woman who carried an ache no one else could fill. Who poured out her heart before God in silence. And was heard. This is a story about prayer in the deepest need. About silence that was not empty. About an answer that came in the fullness of time. You do not need to hold this story tightly. Let it move gently around you. One quiet sentence at a time. One slow breath at a time. Tonight, remember this as we begin. The prayer was heard. You are not forgotten. There was a man from the hill country of Ephraim. His name was Elkanah, and he had 2 wives. One was called Peninnah, and the other was called Hannah. Peninnah had children. Sons and daughters filled her home with noise and motion. But Hannah had no children. The Lord had closed her womb. Year after year the family went up to Shiloh to worship the Lord of hosts. Year after year they offered their sacrifice. And year after year the same sorrow followed Hannah like a shadow she could not outrun. Peninnah provoked her. She made it sharp. She reminded Hannah of what was missing, again and again, until Hannah wept. And she could not eat. The feast was set before her, but her appetite was gone. The worship continued around her, but the ache sat heavy in her chest. She carried it quietly, the way some griefs must be carried. Not every sorrow has a quick answer. Not every prayer is answered in the same season it is spoken. But the sorrow is still seen. You can rest. Elkanah loved Hannah. That much was plain. When the portions were given at the feast, he gave Hannah a double portion. Because he loved her. He saw her weeping. He saw her unable to eat. And he came close and asked her gently, "Hannah, why do you weep? Why do you not eat? Why is your heart sad?" Then he said something that was kind but could not reach the place that hurt. "Am I not more to you than 10 sons?" His love was real. His care was sincere. But there are rooms in the heart that only God can enter. There are aches that even the most devoted love cannot quiet. Hannah did not argue with him. She did not explain what could not be explained. She simply carried the weight a little longer. And waited for the moment when she could bring it somewhere else. Some longings are too deep for another person to resolve. But they are never too deep for God to hear. You can rest. After they had eaten and drunk in Shiloh, Hannah rose. She went to the temple of the Lord. Eli the priest was sitting by the doorpost. And Hannah was deeply distressed. She prayed to the Lord. And she wept bitterly. All the years of longing gathered into this one moment. All the quiet grief poured out before the only one who could answer it. She made a vow. "O Lord of hosts, if you will look on the affliction of your servant, if you will remember me and not forget your servant, if you will give your servant a son, then I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life." Her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. She spoke in her heart. Only her lips were moving. The words were too deep for sound. This was not a rehearsed prayer. It was not polished or careful. It was the prayer of a woman pouring out her soul like water before the Lord. Raw and honest and desperate and full of faith. God hears the prayers that have no voice, the ones spoken only in the heart. You can rest. Eli the priest was watching her. He saw her lips moving but heard no sound, and he thought she was drunk. He spoke to her sternly. "How long will you go on being drunk? Put away your wine." But Hannah answered him quietly, "No, my lord. I am a woman troubled in spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink. I have been pouring out my soul before the Lord. Do not regard your servant as a worthless woman. I have been speaking out of my great anxiety and grief." Eli heard her, and his tone changed. "Go in peace," he said, "and the God of Israel grant your petition that you have made to him." Hannah said, "Let your servant find favor in your eyes." Then she went her way. She ate, and her face was no longer sad. Something had shifted. Not in her circumstances, not yet, but in her heart. The prayer had been spoken. The burden had been laid down. You can rest. They rose early in the morning and worshipped before the Lord. Then they returned home to Ramah. And the Lord remembered Hannah. In due time she conceived and bore a son. She called his name Samuel, because, she said, I have asked for him from the Lord. The name itself held the prayer inside it. Samuel, asked of God. Every time she spoke his name, she remembered the answer. Hannah nursed him. She held him close through the early months and years. She cared for him with the tenderness of a woman who had waited a very long time. When the child was weaned, she brought him up to Shiloh. She brought a 3-year-old bull, flour, and a skin of wine, a sacrifice to go with the offering of her son. The child was young, and she brought him to the house of the Lord. She had asked for him. God had given him, and now she would give him back. Not out of duty, but out of the same faith that had carried her prayer in the first place. God remembers. God answers in the fullness of time. You can rest. Hannah brought Samuel to Eli. She said, "O my Lord, I am the woman who stood here beside you, praying to the Lord. For this child I prayed, and the Lord has granted me my petition that I made to him. Therefore I have lent him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he is lent to the Lord." And then Hannah prayed a different kind of prayer. Not a prayer of tears, but a prayer of praise. A song rose from the same heart that had once wept in silence. My heart exults in the Lord. My strength is exalted in the Lord. There is none holy like the Lord. There is none besides you. There is no rock like our God. The barren has borne 7, she sang. The Lord kills and brings to life. He brings low and he exalts. He raises up the poor from the dust. He lifts the needy from the ash heap. Then Hannah went home. And the boy Samuel ministered before the Lord in the presence of Eli the priest. A small boy in a linen ephod, serving in the quiet of the temple. The prayer had been answered. The song had been sung. The child was where he belonged. You can rest. The prayer was heard. The silence was not empty. God remembered. The child was given. And the child was given back. Hannah's heart was full. She did not hold on to the gift more tightly than the giver. She trusted that what God gave, God would also keep. And she was right. You are heard in the same way. Your prayers are not forgotten. The ones spoken aloud and the ones spoken only in your heart. God does not lose track of what you have asked. God does not forget the prayers that had no voice. He remembers. You are not forgotten. You are held. Your heart can be still. You can rest. The temple is quiet now. The prayer has been answered. The child sleeps before the Lord. Hannah's tears have become a song. Her silence has become praise. What was empty has been filled. You are held in the same faithfulness. The God who remembered Hannah remembers you. The God who heard the silent prayer hears yours. Let your thoughts grow quieter now. Let your breathing slow. Let the story settle into one simple truth. You can let go of what you are carrying. You can lay it down the way Hannah laid down her prayer. You can trust that it has been heard. You are not forgotten. You are held. You can rest. You can rest. The prayer was heard. God remembers you. You are not forgotten. You are held. Your heart can be still. You can rest. The prayer was heard. God remembers you. You are not forgotten. You are held. Your heart can be still. You can rest. The prayer was heard. God remembers you. You are not forgotten. You are held. Your heart can be still. You can rest. The prayer was heard. God remembers you. You are not forgotten. You are held. Your heart can be still. You can rest. The prayer was heard. God remembers you. You are not forgotten. You are held. Your heart can be still. You can rest. The prayer was heard. God remembers you. You are not forgotten. You are held. Your heart can be still. You can rest. The prayer was heard. God remembers you. You are not forgotten. You are held. Your heart can be still. You can rest. The prayer was heard. God remembers you. You are not forgotten. You are held. Your heart can be still. You can rest. The prayer was heard. God remembers you. You are not forgotten. You are held. Your heart can be still. You can rest.